All right, hello guys. You're welcome again to another session of BraveHeart curriculum video. My name is Jeremiah, and I have here with me.
My name is Peace. But before we go into session 4, I want us to do a quick recap of session 3. In session 3, we talked about substance use disorder, how drugs and, alcohol can actually affect the brain, the risk of addiction, and also the power of using the refusal skills, where we talked about the stop.
Yes.
How to say no confidently, instead of just shrugging it and saying that, I would be affirmative with your no. So just tell people that a simple no, I'm not interested, is okay than telling them that, when probably your peers tells you to try this drug out or you should start using drugs, instead of saying, I would think about it.
Give them a firm.
Exactly, be very affirmative. No is no. Let your no be no.
Sometimes when you tell them the reason, and you give an alternative way out,
exactly,
what else to do instead of that drug, I think it will really give them.
And we talked about other things that they can do. You can even spend that time doing other stuff as well, even helping those people to even think instead of them turning to drugs, they can use their time for other precious things. Productive things.
All right, so I think that is a good recap of section 3. So let's move on to section 4 now. And section 4 is titled Think Positive and Live Positive. Challenging negative thoughts. I believe that it's negative thought that leads to substance use.
Exactly.
And if we can think positively, we'll be able to see life in a positive way and will not resort to drugs. I want us to start with what is negative thoughts. So if I would ask you, what do you think negative thoughts is?
So to me, I think negative thoughts are actually this often irrational thoughts that comes to your mind based on probably fear or your past experience.
Yeah.
There are some thoughts that actually just comes to your mind based on what you've experienced before or based on fear of the unknown.
Yes. So I think one of the things that leads to negative thought is I can't say no to my friends.
Yeah.
My friends are better than me. My friends are ahead of me, or the fear of what tomorrow holds. All these things leads to negative thought and it brings depression, to weigh you down and eventually leads you to something you ought not to do. And I think that is why this session is very important.
Yeah, most times we have these inner thoughts in us, and I think our inner thoughts can actually say a lot of things. We don't take charge of our inner mind, because most times our inner mind might be saying, imagine going for a job interview and then your inner mind is telling you that no, they won't select me, I'm not going to be part of the people I won't get this job, or I will fail. It's your inner mind that is speaking. That's why I was talking about the fear of the unknown, thinking that you're not good enough, you can't achieve this thing. So you need to take charge and be in control of your inner mind. So because it is your inner mind that actually projects all these negative thoughts. When you start having negative thinking, to be honest, you will start thinking about, let me just take a call so that I won't think about this thing. It's your inner mind that is saying that is propelling that thing out of you.
Yeah. So I spoke about my story in
yes,
and that made me to remember that what made me to meet that friend and take that substance is because of the negative thought of I can't go back home with a bad result. I am not good enough. This boy is better than me. All these things were speaking to my mind and making me to know that I am not good enough. I am down, and that made me to resort to going, meeting him, and taking the substance. Yeah. So I would want us to go to the next one, which is the cognitive behavioral therapy.
The CBT is the link between our thoughts, our actions, and the way we feel.
Our thoughts, our
actions, and our feelings.
Oh, great.
Is understanding the link between our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. For example, if you say something that you are going to fail this test and you probably feel anxious, or probably this might actually make you avoid studying, because you've already had it in mind. Even when you are studying, your mind will not be there, because your mind is already telling you that you will fail this test.
Now I understand. Your thoughts leads you to the action.
Exactly.
The action now leads you to the results.
Exactly.
Oh, great.
So now, in summary, I think CBT is just that if you think you won't do this thing and you follow through it, you won't do it.
You won't do it.
But if you feel you won't do this thing, but then you can tell your mind that, okay, I feel like I might not pass this exam, but then I can still try and study and prepare for it. Definitely, you will pass the exam.
True.
Because you've already what your inner mind told you, you've already contradicted it. Exactly. You've gone against it and you said that, no, I'm going to pass this exam. I'm affirming something positive. So you need to think about something positive, not just negative. You think about negative things and exactly, and you keep dwelling on it. Definitely, you'll not achieve anything.
True. That's very thoughtful. That's very great. I believe that every one of us that you're listening, you need to be positive in your thinking, because it results in action, and the action results to the results that you are seeing. Yeah, that's good.
And then there are actually some common negative thought patterns, and I think some example is just all or nothing thinking. An example is you saying, if I'm not perfect, I'm a failure.
That's true. Yeah.
Some people believe that if I can't do this thing perfectly, then I failed.
I used to have that thought actually. Until I resorted to saying that I will grow with the process.
Another thing is overgeneralizing everything. If you failed once, that means you always fail. That's another thing. Some people feel like if you fail, okay, probably you were working on a project, then that one did not come true. Then you feel like, no, I won't apply again because I'm going to still fail. It still will not. I will still not get it.
It happens to most people that applies for either a scholarship.
Exactly. And I think another thing that happens to people again is self-blame. People blame themselves in the sense that people can say it's all my fault, even when it isn't. Okay, so imagine in a group, you guys probably submitted something, and then you also some people say, oh, maybe assuming I was not in that group, maybe they would have gotten it.
Yeah. Oh. Putting the blame of the failure upon yourself.
On themselves. These are the common negative thought patterns that exist.
I will not think negative.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to think negative as well.
I will not think negative. Your thinking creates your feeling, because the way you think results the way you feel. The way you feel dictates the actions you're going to take, which results in your behavior, and your behavior helps you to come back to the thought again.
Yeah.
And it goes as a circle like that. No wonder many people's life is still revolving around their thoughts.
Exactly.
Wow. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps us recognize, challenge, and reframe negative thoughts. That was what you explained. Yeah, that's true. And finally, positive thinking supports better choices and mental well-being. That's the key takeaway. Positive thinking helps us in our mental
well-being. Exactly. Mental health, to simplify this understanding of mental health, to be honest, I think mental health actually just means peace. Because if your mental health is not healthy, you can't be at peace.
True.
And if you're having negative thoughts in your mind, you still can't be at peace. So you notice that when people are saying that, oh, they have peace of mind, trust me, their mental health is safe.
Everything around them, their thoughts and their behavior is aligned.
Exactly. You can't just have peace of mind when your mental health is at risk. It's not possible. It does not go hand in hand. So when you have peace, that means you've really, really done a whole lot of work on your mental health.
Yes, that's true. I think that is the key takeaway in this session. And I'm sure that you've learned a lot. And if you've not learned anything, take this one thing, that positive thinking enhances a positive mental well-being. All right, thanks so much for joining us. This will be a wrap for this session. My name is Jeremiah, and you can call me Jerry J. I am here with...
My name is Peace. And lastly, I'll just tell you that when you think better, you live better.
Be a BraveHeart.
Be a BraveHeart. Bye.